Hi, it's Dane here, and today is Saturday, the 10th of August, and I want to give you a quick update on the latest changes to On a Map. So, since the last video, I have fleshed out the GBIF plugin. So now it's much more feature complete. When you click Add GBIF Layer, not only can you search through the whole site for plants and animal species, or other taxa, but now there's a whole lot of extra fields that I've added to the form. So you can search on something like the basis of record, which is things like if it's a human observation, if it's a sample, a material sample, if it's in the literature, etc., etc. You can search by years, when the thing was observed. You can search, and then you can search by country as well as publisher. Where the thing was found or who it was found by, and or rather where the data is stored, the source of the data that was submitted to GBIF. And then, of course, I've added a lot more settings related to the appearance of the layer. So you can choose if you want to show the layer as points or as polygons or as squares, and the color of those, and a whole lot of other information like that as well. So it's much more fleshed out. Now, update number 2 of 2 is that I've also added a new plugin for Our World in Data, which is really exciting. Our World in Data publishes incredible data sets, and they're open to the public and freely available. And I have added the ability to select a data set from Our World in Data and then add it to your map. I've set up one so far, which is the inequality LGBT plus legal inequality index for 2024, and it is a beautiful and sad map. I say beautiful because of the color schemes that they used in the data sample. It just looks incredible, and it's incredible to understand the gravity of it. And in addition to that, I've started, I guess this is update number 3, is I've started adding and setting up the database, which is being built in Supabase, setting it up so that a lot of the data is stored in there. So the data sets like this new Our World in Data legal inequality data set is stored in the database, and information like the pictures and the files of the data, like the CSVs of the data and the JSONs of the data, get stored in the database, which is really cool. So it's no longer just stored in the code, which makes it should make it really easy for me to add more data sets. So within the next couple of hours of work, I should be able to add another perhaps 4 or 5 additional data sets from Our World in Data. And then you can, when you click on add layer and then choose Our World in Data, you get to select which of those data sets you want to add, and each one will have a unique color set. So that's how you'll distinguish from the LGBTQ QIA index data set versus the population density data set, for example. Each one will have a unique color set, just like they do, and I'm using the same color sets that they use on the Our World in Data website. And I think there's 2 things that I know immediately that I need to add and improve based on comparing that data set with the one on Our World in Data on their website. Number 1 is the projection. I'm using the spherical Mercator projection because my base maps so far are all using spherical Mercator. What that means is it's the kind of results in the shape of countries. So if you look at the shape of the countries at the moment on a map, you'll see that the shapes are a little bit different to, for instance, the shapes of the countries on Our World in Data, just because of how they're stretched and pulled based on the projection. Now I'm using at the moment spherical Mercator, but it would be country sizes are much more accurate if I used the other projection, the one that Our World in Data uses. So what I'd love to do is to add a toggle switch, so you can switch between the 2 different projections. Either you want the one that's the default, which is the one that comes with like Google Maps and OpenStreetMaps, and the reason you might want to use that is it's really good when you're It's really good for certain types of applications like navigation. And if you zoom into a very north or very south country, like the north of Canada or the north of Russia or something like that. Anyway, so there's pros and cons of each projection, and it'd be great if I could add a toggle switch for those. And then another feature that I really need to add is a key or legend for the color scheme. So the our world in data, each data set has a different color scheme. And this particular one, inequality one, has this beautiful color scheme ranging from sort of reds through yellows, greens, blues, and then purples, based on how good or how bad the country's score is on the index. So they have this really cool little key or legend with the little colors and what numbers they represent. I need to add that same feature. Okay, that's enough talking. That's where we are as of today. And hopefully I'll be able to publish all of this on the On a Map website soon so that you can check them out and try them out yourself. I hope you're looking forward to this and enjoy this, and I will see you in the next one. All right, cheers.